Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. If you see blue in my hair, I had a Halloween party at work today. I was a butterfly. And I had blue in my hair from it. Streaks. I can't tell now. I don't think the light's picking it up, but there's some here. I can see. But the wings had glitter on them everywhere. And I was going to show you guys because I got this super cheap off some cheap site. I wear this every year. I've had it for a few years now, but I wore this with it. I don't know if you can see that really well. If it's picking it up. Beautiful little necklace. Very sturdy for, I think I paid a couple dollars for it off of the site. And then I got this kind of little bauble here, bracelet. Skulls. If you can see, it's all skulls. That's super cool. It's a little bracelet. And then, oh, hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. And I don't know if I said welcome to my channel. It's Angela. But then I want to show you guys this. I got this at the $5 store. It was called the $5, just the $5 store. It wasn't like Five and Below. It was stuff that like everything that's been ever returned wound up in this place, and it was $5. Didn't matter how expensive it originally was, it was $5. And I got this cool ceramic wine glass. It actually broke, and I've super glued it back on there, so the vertebrae looks a little weird, but that actually just gives it a little more charm. It's metal inside there, and then the rest is ceramic. But I thought that was pretty neat for what I'm about to show you. So this video is going to be my spooky decks. I've got a couple Oracle, a few Tarot, and I just want to show you guys what my spooky decks are since it is the day before Halloween. So let's get into it. So I'm going to show you the first one is my knockoff that I didn't know was a knockoff when I bought it. It was like $4 on Wish. It's the Santa Muerte Tarot. I'm still going to get the real version off Amazon at some point. Not before tomorrow. But this was come in a tuck box. It has a QR code on the back. I've talked about this deck before. The cards are a bit smaller than a regular tarot size. Let me brighten that up just a hair. These are the backs. And for a knockoff deck, I still, the images are just a little smaller than a normal size tarot. But I still love this deck. I've always loved it. I've seen other people that have gotten the knockoff version, and there was like, the picture was out of frame. There was stuff at the top, but mine actually came pretty perfect. I imagine this is what it would be like for the real thing, except it's just bigger. The cards are very flimsy, which I can guarantee it probably won't be with the real version. But everybody has seen this deck. And there's Santa Muerte herself. I love the whole Day of the Dead history and everything behind it. So, of course, when I saw this, I'm like, I've got to get this deck. And it took me a while. And then I realized once I got it, it was not the version I wanted. But I've actually been working with this the last couple of days, and it actually reads fantastic. So yeah, that is my knockoff of the Santa Muerte Tarot. I will be getting at some point, probably not by the end of this year, but in the next couple months, I will be getting the real version on Amazon. It's published by Lo Scarabero. It doesn't tell you on here. It does show you the different flags and stuff, so you know it's Lo Scarabero if you've had any Lo Scarabero decks. The QR code is for the book, which most of the decks I got that were knockoffs that I didn't know were knockoffs were the code didn't work. It actually did for this one, so I do still have the book, as in what do you call it, online. So after seeing that, I went and got the Santa Muerte Oracle on Amazon. It comes in a 2-part box. It's fantastic box. Works great. Got this little ribbon. And if you see glitter on anything, that's from my wings of my butterfly I had on earlier. I'm finding glitter everywhere. Comes in a great little book. Several languages, of course. But I haven't actually bought it a couple months ago. Haven't really used it until the last few days, and oh my. This is the backs, and they're all different because they make a Ouija board. And this deck has really confused me when I first got it. It was kind of overwhelming because I'm like, what is happening in these photos, these images? But then the last couple of days, I wanted to work with the tarot deck, and I really haven't worked with it a whole lot because it's a knockoff. So I put the two together, and they read beautiful together. Beautiful. Just amazing. Of course, I had to look in the book for this one, which I rarely like to do. But I made an exception for this deck, and it kind of knocked my socks off the last few days. So, yeah, I love them. Love them, love them, love them, love them. I know it's kind of dark on my camera. On my computer sucks. The lighting on it. But that is the Santa Muerte Oracle. So at this point, I'm going to have to get the real deal tarot on Amazon because I don't have the real deal Oracle. And the Oracle was published by Love Scarabaro also. The box feels like butter. It's so soft. The cardstock is glossy, but they're nice and thick. But they shuffle great as well. So yeah, that is my Santa Muerte Oracle. So next we got the Halloween deck I bought at the Halloween store. Came in this little makeshift 2-part box. It was $8. These are the backs. And I was thinking of this deck as a novelty deck. I didn't think of it as a reader. And I've actually had this deck at work every single day. I had a setup for decoration with my obsidian crystal ball that I have and this deck. And every day when I got there, I'd pull a card. And then every break, I would pull a card just to see what it would say. And I would kind of compare the combinations. That is super dark. I don't know why. It's like super dark. I would compare them and check them out and look them over, and it's funny because yeah, it's much better. I was thinking of this as a novelty deck, and then one day I pulled a card. Now it's like fuzzy. And it was almost like it was screaming at me, don't mistake me for just a novelty. Take me serious. And it was kind of cool because, well, that's probably my favorite card in there. Love that. She's a treat. I love that. I loved it. Kind of put me in my place kind of deal. I love that it has the what it is at the bottom, and then it also has what it is. Like, this is the Mandragora. And then it also has the sea or whatever up there. And then it also has this specific one doesn't have it. Let's go here. Yeah, like the Hermit here, it's the Yeti. Of course, that's perfect for the Hermit. And then it's got oh, this one don't either. Wait, it does, but barely in the corner you can see it. It's a Virgo sign. This one's got it better. It's got the astrological signs as well. And I love that. Mommy. And so I'm learning about these mythical creatures as well as the astrological symbols with this deck. And I've even got other people in work involved with this deck as well. And I love that that's the Death card in here. Love that Magician as well. Or a Page of Pentacles. I always think of him as a Magician. But yes, this is my novelty, not so novelty deck. Some of them are like super blurry. That's weird. But yeah, I paid like $9 for this, $8 for this. It's kind of beat up because I've shuffled it every day, 4 times a day for 4 weeks now. So, but it shuffles like a dream. But that is my Spirit Halloween tarot deck, and I love it. Love it. So then we have one of my newest additions, the Haunted House Tarot, published by Los Scarabero, which I found I tend to buy a lot of Los Scarabero decks. Comes with a little white book, several languages, just like you knew it would. Comes with a couple cards here. The backs are delightful. If you can see that well. And it's more of a story time deck than anything, and I love that about it. Love that there's a story behind each photo. Love it. It's got the symbol, what suit it is in the minors, plus the number of what it is, so you know exactly what card you're getting. And I love this. It's got this like 1920s feel to it, which I like as well. Maybe even earlier. Strength card, I love that. I love that. There's a story there with each card. I don't know why this is so dark. Beautiful, beautiful deck. Very beautiful. It's about the standard tarot size. And I did a walkthrough on this already as well. I love that sunset back there. Beautiful. This Four of Swords cracks me up because it's supposed to be a time of rest, a time of peace, but it almost reminds you of the Nine of Swords where there's nightmares coming out from under the bed. Love it. And I think the wands in this deck are phenomenal. And you can actually see if you go in order, there's a whole story unfolding in each card. And I love that. This is the card. The reason I bought this deck was this Sun card. Beautiful. It kind of doesn't match with the rest of the darkness of the deck. But I love it. There's the Devil. Or Death. That's Death. This Tower. This Ace. Ace of Cups. Beautiful. There's a lot of moonlight. Moon. Part of the moon is showing in this deck. Or in a lot of these cards. And I love that too. This Hangman. He's in the wall. Beautiful. I was trying to show you one of my favorites. Beautiful. I can't find it. This Hermit. And there's a girl in the background watching him. Crazy. Beautiful, beautiful cards. I can't find the Chariot. Eight of Swords. Beautiful. The moon in the background. That's just fantastic. Fantastic. High Priestess. Beautiful. Here's our full. It's just the cover of the box. Can't find the chariot. Beautiful. Yep. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite chariots because of the car, the antique car. Love it. But that is my tarot of the haunted house. I keep calling it the haunted house tarot, but it is the tarot of the haunted house. And I think it was like 18 bucks on Amazon. It is like standard tarot size. It's thin but stiff kind of in the middle, so they're amazing to shuffle. They remind me of my Make Playing cards, a couple of Make Playing cards decks I have, with the feel of them. So, yeah, that is the Tarot of the Haunted House. Moving on, we spent a little too much time on that. One of the first ones I got was the Halloween Oracle. Beautiful, published by, I almost lost it, Blue Angel, and I have a few Blue Angel decks, which I love the quality of these decks. It comes with a great guidebook that is black and white thumbnail on them. These are the backs. And look at these cards. They're super shiny. They're thick enough that they shuffle like a dream. Like a dream. Any Blue Angel deck shuffles like a dream. Love that. Eternal love. There, it says love is love. Love is love is love. And it transcends physical death. Love that. Mummy. Midnight. These cards are gorgeous. And I saw them on the first time, I think it was on Kittens, Weights, and Tarot. And I knew I had to have them. And I went back and forth for weeks and weeks and weeks. Probably 6 months before I actually bought them. But I'm so happy I did. They are phenomenal cards. Phenomenal cards. I love the owls. And there's your werewolf. About transformation. I just pulled this one the other day. That is gorgeous. It says dawn, the light after the darkness. And it's funny because the tarot card I pulled prior to that was talking about be happy with what you got in the moment because it may not last forever. Darkness can come upon you. And then that one was like, it was like the before darkness, and then the oracle card was like after the darkness. But yeah, these cards are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. My camera does not do these justice at all. Beautiful, beautiful cards. Zombie. And the full moon in the back. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Lady de los Muertos. Gorgeous card. And it's acceptance and equality. Beautiful. Skull of stars. Skull of flowers. And I pulled this one quite a bit when I first got it. The veil. The future. It almost reminds me of Marty McFly. He's like, at the very end of the last Back to the Future, and he's like, you know, our future was on here, but it disappeared, and he's like, the future's not written, it is what you make it. So it kind of reminds me of that veil card. But that is my Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. I didn't say that before, I apologize. And the bottom it says, lifting the veil between the worlds every night. Love it. Gorgeous. And then one of my other newest, which I've showed, all of these I've done a walkthrough on all of these. And again, this is a zombie tarot. The box looks like a box of bullets because you're gonna need them. Comes a little 50 style flip book. Even the pages look aged, to make it look like it's pretty old. I thought again this was going to be, and I wavered on getting this forever because I thought it would be another, this is the back's, little kitschy, just kind of, what do you call it, deck that you really didn't read with. And again, it smacked me in the face. I was like, no, I'm a reader. I'm a good reader. And of all these decks I'm showing you, probably is my favorite. There's this 50 style about it, but there's this sincereness to it, that it's sincere and with an undertone of comedy. Because I laugh every time I see these pictures, but at the same time, it's like it's giving you this message in a comical way that you don't even realize you're getting the message until you're like, oh, wow. And that's what this deck does to me. I laugh at every part of it. Every time I see it. And I love the 50 style of it. I may get the Housewives Tarot just because it's made by the same creator. Because if it reads like this deck does, it would be well worth it. Yeah, this is an amazing reader, this card. Or deck, excuse me. And I'm not going to show much more of this because everybody has this deck. Because I've seen 80 million walkthroughs of it. And I've done one of my own. So, yeah. And this is probably the #1 deck everybody has on their spooky decks. So, yep. That is the Zombie Tarot. Amazing. I hate white borders, but these ones don't bother me. Just because the images are so out there that you're just like, oh. And I normally edge it, but I don't even think I'm going to edge this either. I think I'm going to, this is one of those few that I'm going to leave it alone. Because I think it's pretty perfect, like it is. And this was $14 on Amazon. It comes, the box inside, it's got thumb holes here to pull it out. And that's all like velvet lined. It's very, when I got this, I'm like, there's no way this is only $14. This is crazy. And yeah, that's all I paid for. It was $14. So pretty cheap. The box is like sturdy as all get out. But yeah, that's the Zombie Tarot, and I love it. So then the last, next to the last, is my Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. Comes in a little red bag here. It's a tiny baby bag. I love it. And again, I first saw this on Kittens, Waits, and Tarot. I watched a lot of her videos. She's pretty cool. And I got like a second or third edition, I guess. Because originally the cards were like 62 cards or something. And they all made out a Ouija board on the back. Mine are all the same backs. And there's 69 cards in here. But I love it just because it's so simple. It's so tiny. And I thought when I first got this, I'm going to read this as a medium. Like, I'm going to bring in spirit. And spirit can read the cards for me. And as a mediumistic reader is how I see this deck. I have yet to do that. I've actually pulled, yeah, that's not a lie. I've used it twice as a mediumistic deck. And both times there were some pretty profound things that was revealed. It's got like blood on it splattered. But I don't know if I'm scared to, or I'm just still so new at it. I haven't, but this is the reason I bought this deck was I know it's going to be a mediumistic type deck for me. And I've had some amazing reads with it. It is amazing. Um, of all the Oracle decks I have, this is probably top 3 favorite Oracle decks. Because it reads so well. So well. It's beautiful. And it's so tiny. And I love it. Love it. Love it. I got that on Patrick Valenza's Deviant Moon site. I think I got mine on Etsy. There's a couple extra cards in there. I think I paid $32 or $36 for this. But it comes with an art card that's big, another little card, and then a couple extra cards in here, which are Mildred Payne herself, just with crazy eyes. I don't know if you can tell, it's very dark. In the back, it looks like they wrote her name and everything like a parent would on a photo. Here's another one, she's got crazy eyes, I can't really tell. Then it says Witch on the back, somebody wrote. And then, of course, the Secret Pocket Mildred Payne Oracle card. Extra card. But it comes in this tiny, tiny, tiny box. You get the velvet bag with it. So, for what I paid, not bad. And now they actually have a full size of it as well. So, if you wanted the bigger size, you could. But I like the baby size. It lives in my purse. Always. Because you never know when you're going to need an Oracle deck. And this is the one that I carry with me everywhere. So the last deck I'm going to talk about, it's not really a Halloween deck. All those were kind of Halloween-y. But because of the artwork, I could see why people would consider it a spooky deck. And that is the Magic of You Oracle. The box is like silk. It's like velvet. I could sit here and rub this box all day. It's just so nice. It's got a 2-part box. It's got thumb holes on the top. The book is fantastic. The thumbnails are colored, which you can't really tell here because of my computer. And then it has rituals for each. It has like what the cards mean and all that. And then it has a ritual for each, ritual for each card. Which to me would put it in the spooky deck pile anyway, because it's more of a witchy deck. This is the backs, which are amazing. It's a little bit smaller than a regular Oracle size to me. It's created by Fiona Horn out of Australia. It's again made by Rockpool Publishing, or published by Rockpool Publishing. And it's smaller than like my Halloween deck and a couple other decks I have that are Rockpool. But these cards have been some fantastic reads in this deck. I immediately, upon seeing this on Ethany's channel, when it first came out, was like, I have to have this. Look, just, yeah, she's got flowers taped to her back. And the images may not be for everyone, but the readings I've had or in this from this deck are powerful. And I think because this is the card that made me want this deck right here. Panacea, there is a solution for every problem. Which, and again, there's a full moon. I think there's a full moon in each one of these decks I've showed you. At least one. This deck is just, it's amazing. The cards are glossy. I think they're like regular cardstock. I don't know what cardstock is, but the cardstock on this is amazing. Look at that, her heart in there. That's Abenoir. Make peace with your past. It's not a gut punch, but it's similar to a gut punch. Kept pulling this card every time when I first got it. It's Epiphany, reveal your gifts. And it was at a time where I was questioning, is this real? Should I give this up? Should I stop pursuing it? And every single time I pulled a card, it was this one. for like a week straight. Um, this I can't even with this deck. It is just, and it's funny because it's almost like it's beating something inside of me when I read with it, because I'll read it for a couple days and then have to put it away for like a month because I'm still digesting what it revealed to me. It is a fantastic read, but I see this as could be a spooky deck as well. But yeah, it is amazing, 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 amazing. And I hate that my computer does not do any of these pictures justice. They're fantastic. Look at that. Yeah, fantastic. And that was on Amazon for like $15. And I'm like, oh, when I saw the Anthony's channel when she did the walkthrough, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be like a $30 deck. No, I went on Amazon and it was $15, and I'm like, how? Because the cardstock, the box, the book, it's all amazing, and I'm like, it should be way more. Just like with the zombie tarot, I'm like, it should have been way more than it was, but it wasn't. But that is it. That is all my spooky decks. So far, the only other one I plan on getting is the Santa Muerte tarot off Amazon, the real version of it. But other than that, I really don't. I'm not into any spooky decks. That's basically the main ones I wanted this year, and that's the ones I got. So yeah, if you guys have any of these decks, if you didn't know about some of these decks, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a great night. Bye.